Webbot, housing crash, high-end housing. Watch for it. Look for it. Wait for it. It's coming. This is probably the third or fourth video alone that I've done in fairly recent times, as in the last maybe 2 months, maybe 3. I don't even think I think it's been about 2 months. Webbot said several months ago, housing market crash, get ready for it. It's coming. You're going to see it in high-end real estate first. Then the regular market's going to get hit too. But you will definitely see it there. When I used to work on cars back in 96, 97, 98, somewhere around there, we had this guy that would call up the shop that I worked at. He was not really a friend, but an acquaintance of the owner, and couldn't hire a legitimate mechanic if his life depended on it. And when he found anything that was kind of difficult, he would call us to fix it, and then he'd charge the living crap out of the customer, his customer, because he had to pay us to fix it, and then he has to, of course, make money too. But he would always call up, and he had these crazy little sayings. Remember, you know how I always said, you shake a stick at it, much less lick it? I got that from him. He also said, like, hey, is that car I brought you guys done? I really need that thing bad. This customer needs it right away. Yeah, we just finished it up. You can come get it. All right, I'm pleased as punch. Pleased as punch. Like fruit punch or? Okay. Well, I, Step 4, I am pleased as punch to tell you about this Webbot hit for the 4th or 5th time now. I've done so many Webbot hit videos, you could shake a stick at them, much less lick them. I've seen, this is from Zero Hedge, I've never seen anything like this before. The housing markets in the Hamptons, Aspen, and Miami are all crashing? I need some water for this one. Who would have thought such a thing? Oh, that's right, Webbot did. 1 month ago, we said that, quote, it is not looking good for the U.S. housing market, end quote. When the latest red flag for the U.S. luxury real estate market, we reported that sales in the Hamptons plunged by half and home prices fell sharply in the second quarter in the ultra-wealthy enclave, New York's favorite weekend haunt for the one percenters. I did do the video on this one, by the way, the one he's referring to. Reuters blamed this on stock market jitters earlier in the year. Stock market jitters. Who comes up with these terms? Which dampened the appetite to buy. However, one can also blame the halt of offshore money laundering, a slowing global economy, a collapse of the petrodollar, and the drastic drop in Wall Street bonuses. In short, a sudden loss of confidence that a greater fool may emerge just around the corner, which in turn has frozen buyer interest. We concluded this is just the beginning, so did the Webbot. And sure enough, several weeks later, a similar collapse in the luxury housing segment was reported in a different part of the country, as the Denver Post reported recently. High-end sales that fuel Aspen's $2 billion a year real estate market are evaporating, pushing Pitkin County's sales volume down more than 42% to $542.45 million for the first half of the year, down from $939.91 million in the same period of 2015. So when I see this and I see old Martin Armstrong's chart, his economic confidence model, 2015.75, which is October, and then it just goes 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 25, 26, 27, 30, 32, 33. And then I read Webbot reports as well, which I actually read the Webbot report first. Not that it mattered because Armstrong's chart showed this anyways, but Webbot picked up on this right before it happened, and then said to get ready for it. It's about to happen, and then it did. If you just hang on a little bit, I think you're going to find Some absolutely incredible, incredible buying opportunities for real estate. Cliff has emailed me, not recently, but this is, I don't know, at least a couple months ago. And he says, dude, look, you could potentially, he says, especially in Florida where you are, you could potentially buy, the house or whatever, the property of a lifetime, if what we're interpreting out of the webbot, is right, and it has been thus far. So I'm sitting back waiting. I told you, I'm renting. Not in a hurry to get out anyways. Not to mention if you want a mortgage after a foreclosure, you got to wait 2 years. But nonetheless, no big deal, 2 years if I want to get a mortgage. But I always thought to myself, what if the timing was on our side for once, us, the good guys, if you will. Silver absolutely explodes. Not as high as it's going to go. $150, $200 an ounce, like pretty amazing though. Dollar problems or whatever it is. Let me tone that down. $100 an ounce. Real estate absolutely crashing. How much silver do I have? How much? Ooh, we could sell all that silver or 80% of it or whatever percent of it and buy this nice property that we would love to have had so many years ago that we just realized we never afford that. But boy, would it be nice to then say, oh my God, we can actually do it now. And we don't even need a freaking mortgage because I played my cards right, my hand right, so to speak, and got silver. I would love for a day like that to come, or not love for it to come. It's coming. But I would love for when it comes to be able to say that. And I'm going to say it when it happens. Oh, guys, I told you in advance years ago, I would be out here doing the video telling you this. The day is here, right? And I'd love for you to say, Jay Stentman, I'm going to upload a video in response to you. I've never uploaded a video in my life to YouTube, but this is going to be the one. Here's a response video for you, Jay Snip. Oh, what's that? And it's going to sound exactly how I just sounded. Yeah, we just went out and bought this 5-acre plot. Had a house over there. It's got a pond over there. Whatever, whatever your dream house might be. Maybe you want a house in the middle of the city. That's fine too. Jay Snip, I first heard about silver from you, 7 years ago, whatever. I got in on it then. There were some scary times. I thought at one point maybe I should just sell it because it wasn't moving. And then finally it did it. And man, I got you to thank because I held in there just like you did. That is going to make me so proud that day. To say, man, I feel like I did the world a huge favor. But we're not there yet, folks. As the old alien face crop circle said years ago, much pain, but still time. Conduit closing. If any of y'all know what that one is. The collapse in transactions means that Aspen's high-end real estate market, one of the most robust in the country, with dozens of operations for buyers ready to spend more than $10 million, finds itself in its first ever sustained nosedive. Despite dense summer crowds, soaring sales tax revenues, and high lodging occupancy. I want you to think of something. The high-end sales that fuel Aspen's $2 billion a year real estate market is evaporating. It was down 42% from last year, whatever. The taxes and fees and things that the state and the county, whatever, collect off of that. That is no small amount. We're not talking, well, we need to find, we got a $12 million shortfall for such and such, and we've got another $8 million shortfall, so we're going to have a county commissioner meeting, and we're going to find a way to either cut or reduce, it's $500 million. That's $546 million. Did you say 12 and 8? We would love to have a problem with 12 and 8. Exactly. This is one part of the country. One little tiny place. But it is high-end real estate, as Webbot said. look out for it. Again, finds itself in its first ever sustained nosedive. Webbot said, look at it. It's going to come with high-end real estate first. It was in, I don't know which exact report it was in at the moment. I don't have it open, but it had it mentioned it then, mentioned it again, mentioned it again. We are seeing this trend in these reports. High-end real estate is going to take a nosedive. Webbot didn't use the word nosedive, but crashing of the high-end real estate to be followed by normal, 99%ers real estate. So those of us renting, we stand to be able to capitalize if we can get the timing right. Someone who owns a house, who will have to sell their house in order to try to capitalize to get another house, you might be in a problem because your house is probably going to go down in value with everyone else's. And I don't know what to tell you the truth. I don't know what to tell you. Unless, I will tell you this, if you have been thinking recently, I wonder if I should we should get rid of our house. We've been really thinking about it. You may want to. And you may say, let's rent for a couple years to see what happens. Because we are in the biggest bubble of all bubbles, the derivative bubble. And it has pumped up all these other sub-bubbles, the markets, the real estate. So this real estate has been as good as it was going to get. That's it. From 2009, 8, 9 to now, that little, it was crashed and it went up and it petered off. That was it. Good as it's going to get. We hit the peak and it's now downhill. It is now downhill. But like anything that happens, there are always winners. When markets and things are crashing and there's a depression, there are winners out there, along with losers, always. When markets are good, there's winners and losers. But when you're in a mortgage, I got 30 years or I got 22 years left, and oh man, I don't want to deal with this now. You may want to think about it. And here's the thing. Is every single county in every single state going to have the same thing happen with real estate? I can't answer that. But what I can answer is the general trend for housing, real estate, is absolutely going down. If you happen to be in a spot for some unknown reason that does well, our real estate actually went up a little bit when everywhere else went down. Hey, good for you. But I'm thankful that I'm in a position, believe it or not, to rent right now than actually own a house. Because I have a feeling we're going to be able to capitalize. I'm using a little analogy, we're going to capitalize on that like JP Morgan capitalized when they caused the Great Depression and bought up all the banks for pennies on the dollar. If you know it's going to happen, you know these people are going to do this crap anyways, they're the ones who always pull this, why should you suffer and say, well, I'm just going to do the right thing and stand here and starve to death? Okay, now you're dead. How did doing the right thing work for you? Good? Great. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't talk. You're dead. Sorry about that. Talking to your tombstone. Sorry about that. But if someone else is doing something and it's causing an issue and you can avoid the issue or see what they're doing from a distance, oh, I'm informed. I have knowledge. I have information that the mainstream media doesn't provide me. I see this coming over the top of my monitor. What is that? Oh, it's going to be here sometime in the near future. I can't tell the trajectory, but I can tell it's coming. And I know what to do about that. I'm going to make plans now to do it. Is there something wrong with that? No. Because you can't stop what's coming. And if you can't stop what's coming, you need to deal with what's coming. And I'm going to deal with it. And I hope you guys have an opportunity as well. People are worried about all kinds of stuff these days, says longtime Aspen broker Bob Ritchie. I hate to get off topic, but sometimes I'm reading something and it just pops in my head and I gotta say it. Do you remember the movie La Bamba? It was about Richie Valens and all that. I forget the actor's name. Was it Emilio Estevez or who was that? Plays the role of Richie. And he has the brother Bob, who's like a drunk womanizer, And then Richie dies in the plane crash that he kept dreaming about constantly. He's the successful one. He brought the family up. He was the good guy. Bob was the shithead. And the mom cries, "Why did it have to be Richie? Why did it have to be Richie?" In other words, why couldn't it be Bob instead of Richie? People are worried about all kinds of stuff these days. Says longtime Aspen broker Bob Richie. Why did it have to be Richie? I've never seen anything like this before. The speed of the collapse has been stunning. Until just last year, the local market was beyond robust, with Pitkin County real estate sales hitting $2 billion in 2015, a 33% annual increase, driven largely by sales of homes in Aspen, where prices averaged $7.7 million. This year, however, a slowdown in January turned into a free fall. Sales volume in Pitkin County is down 42% according to data compiled by Land Title Guarantee Corporation. I hope Land Title Guarantee Corporation isn't the same as the DTCC, the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation. Holy crap, they're going to have a major problem. Look out for flooded basements over there. Wow. High-end sales that fuel the $2 billion a year real estate market are evaporating. The statistics are stunning. Single-family home sales in Aspen are down 62% in dollar volume through the first half of the year. Sales of homes priced at $10 million or more, almost always paid for in cash, are down 60%. Last year, super high-end transactions accounted for nearly a third of sales volume in Pitkin County. The high-end buyer has disappeared, said Tim Aston, an Aspen broker whose Aston report analyzes the Aspen snowmass real estate market. Quote, Aspen has never experienced such a sudden and precipitous drop in real estate sales, according to the Post. Worst, it's not just the collapse in the number of transactions, even more disconcerting for brokers who have always trumpeted Aspen as a safe and lucrative place to park a huge pile of money. Prices are now dropping. In the first half of this year, the average price per square foot of Aspen homes dropped 22%, from $1,095 to from $1,338 to $1,095. 2015. Recent Aspen sales also closed at more than 15% below listing price, a rare discount. Luxury condo sales in Miami have also crashed 44%. According to the latest report by the Miami Association of Realtors, the luxury or local luxury housing market is just as bad, if not worse, than the Hamptons and Aspen. The latest figures out of Miami this week showed residential sales are down almost 21% from the same time last year. But as bad as this double-digit decline may seem, it pales in comparison to what's happening at the high end of the market. So again, there we have it. High end's going to start collapsing first. Regular, trickle down. The next level, higher end, but not real high end. Then you and I, average people, whatever, it's going down. It is going down. And if we're to believe Martin Armstrong's economic model, and the guy has a lot of data backing that thing, we might be expecting until the year 2033, the very end of 2032, technically speaking. But I'm talking December, so we're going to round that off to 2033. Real estate prices, value, not looking good. Not looking good at all. So one might ask, well, Jay Snip, do you plan on renting your house for the next 16 years to try to capture that fantastic price in 16 years? Because in 16 years, how much could you have paid towards your house to pay it off versus what you're paying in rent? That is a great question, which is why I'm not waiting 16 years to buy a house. I think the markets will be coming down enough in the near future to where we can make something work. And then you couple that in with potentially high rising silver prices, and I might be able to buy a house with cash. However, even if I can't, knowing I still have the silver and I'm making a mortgage payment, and then maybe after I bought the house 2, 3, 4, 5 years later, the year 2024 or something, 2023, whoa, there's the silver move. Holy crap, it's finally here, breaking news. How much do we owe on our mortgage? Well, we've been paying on it for 7 years, whatever, 5 years. Okay, well, let's liquidate some of that silver and pay it off. Get rid of it. Okay, sounds good. Have a nice day. I mean, are they going to keep interest rates at near zero for the next 16 years? I mean, is that possible? I mean, it might be. That might be the only game in town that they can deal with. And they're going to realize, forget the pensioners, forget the savers. You guys are finished. We don't care. We have to do what we have to do, the club that is. And the only thing we can do is leave this interest rate down to almost nothing. However, the club has agendas. The club wants New World Order. We want new currencies. We want all this. So they've been allowing these things to occur. They've been pushing them so that they can usher in this new system. And now they're finding there's a lot of backlash and a lot of stoppage coming. So I think we're going to find that when they try to make a move to one of these things, they're going to have to crash the market. One of these New World Order things. Let's go with a currency, or let's go with the open borders, North American Union, any of that crap. There's always going to be backlash, but they have to make you feel financial pain. If they make you feel financial pain, you'll accept anything they provide as a solution. And it will be the solution they've always wanted, by the way. But you will accept it. Just make the pain stop. So during that phase, I think we could see some incredible precious metals prices. Because if everyone's feeling financial pain, then automatically housing prices aren't going to be high. If you're feeling financial pain, you're having struggle paying for things, is what that means. So if that's the case, and it would be in that scenario, prices must be coming down too. So there's probably a good chance to buy a cheap house. And I'll be honest, I don't have to have a mansion. I don't sit here and do these videos expecting one day I'll be filthy rich like, some of these, gigantic YouTube channels. I do this just to inform people and try to educate people. I mean, look, I spend 15, 20, sometimes 30 minutes on a video. Believe me, I got plenty of things I could be doing. Plenty of other things. And I didn't start adding the advertisements to these videos in the beginning because you weren't even allowed to, nor did I even know about it until way after the fact. And I thought to myself, I wonder if I can make a couple of dollars, $100, a couple $100 a month. That'd be kind of cool. I'm doing the videos anyways. Well, I might as well put an advertisement there. And I notice as my subscriber base grows and more people watch the videos, and I'm able to put advertisements in there, which as long as your video is over 10 minutes, you can actually put where you want the ads to show up. You get to keep 55%. YouTube keeps 45%. That's the rule. That's the way it works. And I thought, wow, this is kind of cool. I'm getting a little bonus check, which, as I've said a few times, you guys actually help me pay some of my rent money every month. It's fantastic. I love you guys. I love doing this. It's even better. It's great to educate people, to see people interested in chatting and commenting, and, oh, that's cool. They like what I'm saying. They're interested in it. They want to know more. But I also get a bonus at the end of the month from Google. That's kind of cool. So yeah, it's worked out great. But I mean, I'm not going to be a millionaire, doing old JSnip 4 videos on YouTube. Not the point. So, in other words, I never thought to myself, I'm just going to be a big shot. I'm going to go buy this big old house one of these days, and I'm going to be the man. No. You got me confused with somebody else. You have to try to live within your means. Doesn't mean you shouldn't go out and buy a little something every now and then. Spoil yourself to something, a little toy. Man's got to have his toy. You want a boat. You want a little go-kart. You want a little quadcopter, drone, if you will, whatever. Man, have your little toy. Do your thing. But don't get like some of these rich, filthy rich people that just blow all their money, and then you see them on TV, and they lost it all, and I don't have anything left. And you think, man, if I just had $1 million, you idiot. Here you were 20, 30, 40 million, you lost it all. Freaking moron. If I just had $1 million, you know what I could do? That's where my mindset's at. But anyways, little different topic there. Stay tuned. As you see, 3 videos I got Monday morning waiting on you. Take care, fellas and ladies.